design of this model that I kind of know intuitively where I need to put stuff. It is a little difficult to get decals off, so you don't want to just, you know, haphazardly do it, but usually if you put one that kind of is iffy, you can kind of put something else on the other side that kind of balances out. You kind of want symmetry involved. So nothing fancy here. Got some decals set right here. This is just some special fluid that makes the decal stick to here. And then what I'm going to do afterwards is I'm going to that bottle was not sealed properly and I almost spilled it. Anyways, I'm gonna put a little bit. I'll put a little bit of clear, really thin clear coat on the edges of the decal, and that's gonna help. What it does is, since it's lacquer, it's gonna melt the film, decal film, and so it's gonna set into the underlining paint. Obviously, this is something that is non-reversible, so you probably want to do that later on. Do that after you get all the decals set in there, so you're not making a mistake. And also, be careful you're not supposed to apply this on the decal itself, because that'll melt away the color, the part of the paint, the color particles on the film. Just the outer edges. That way, you don't get the you don't see that there's something has been placed on there. So yeah, so this is probably done already. Nothing fancy here, just gonna apply a little on the part just to get it. It just makes a little more. It doesn't evaporate as fast as water does, so it gives you a little more time to kind of wiggle it around, and then when you got it good, you can just press down, and it really sets it pretty good. I gotta work it a little bit. Make sure you get it right before you set it down. Don't be afraid to use your hand. Just gotta make sure to watch your watch the pressure you have on the decal, because if you press real hard, then decal's gonna start to set into the paint, and you might not be done. So you don't want to do that. Alright, that looks pretty good. Nothing. Ooh, man, you cannot see the light. Anyways, it's nothing fancy here. Decals are decals. Like I said, I like to use decals instead of the stickers. Stickers are terrible. Hate them. There are also these rub-on markings. These are pretty good, but there's no room for error, because the paint is fusing to the surface, whereas a decal you have, like, depending on what you're using to apply it on, you got about 30 seconds to play with it a little bit, even up to a minute, depending on what you use. But these, like, once you rub it on, it's there. If you don't like it, well, you're kind of hosed. So these are fine, but I prefer getting these. These are cheap, and they just it gives you so much more flexibility, and is a lot less prone to errors. So I'm gonna do this. I'm not quite sure how many I'm gonna put on, but I'm thinking I'm gonna load it up a little bit. So I'm gonna get that done, then we can do another clear coat, and then on to the silver part, and then it'll be good. We're done. Really excited. Alright, so I have everything painted, all the colors I want, well, except for one. So you may have noticed that I didn't actually glue anything on this kit, and I did that for a reason. And the reason is this: I now have to take it all apart. So, obviously, it's hard to take stuff apart if it's glued together. Anyways, so what I'm now going to do is I wanted to have these chrome highlights around it. And I have to do this at the end because I wanted a flat coat over everything. So it'd be a lot harder to mask over the chrome to flatten everything than the other way around. So basically it's gonna be the circles that are around here. I'm doing a whole thing on this design of kind of like, it's kind of really edgy, but also like circles kind of stuff. Anyways, so that's what I'm gonna do. So first off, take your blade and throw it away. Probably should find that later. Anyways, take that off, because you need so get your thing out and just get a brand new blade from the box. It needs to be really sharp. And now we're going to do some circle masks. So really important to have a very sharp blade so you can get a really nice edge, because that is very important. So make sure everything is cleared off. Now we're going to find the circle that best fits the arc that I want to create. Pick one of these up at your local art store, your local craft store. They all have them. Got it. Alright. Tape this down. So now make sure you have the center doesn't have to be this doesn't have to be perfect, but you need to have a basic idea of where everything is. So now, very carefully, since it's really sharp, just start going along the circle, and it's going to be really easy because it's nice and sharp. Now remember, don't cut your stencil. You need these are not exactly cheap, so you want to keep them in good condition, and it's not that hard. So it's really sharp, it's really easy to go in and cut. Keep this on for now. go. Perfect circle. That we can then apply directly. Sweet. Now I'm going to do this for all the little things I want, and then we're going to chrome it, and then we'll be done. And that's it. We're done. Well, I'm done. You're just watching. But, whew, man, this one actually took me longer than expected. I mean, to be fair, I did have a lot of schoolwork going on, but that's over with now. But man, I really like how this came out. I really like it. Like, it's just exactly how I wanted to picture when I was going into this kit. Is nice and clean, but have really defined like edges and really defined like pinpoints on the kit that's really pops out, but still kind of blends in and still is together with the kit, and it's not just some purple thing that's sticking out that's supposed to catch your attention. But yeah, I mean, I really like this. It really came out really nice. This Aclad, the Aclad chrome that I got, really nice. Like, I'm super impressed. And my only beef is I should have prepared them a little bit better. Like, of course I did everything about black gloss and then the chrome. But I found when I was I taped some parts to a stick because it's easier. And I found that like if it's really smooth, like the chrome just comes out so much better. And so that's something I kind of, you know, in hindsight, is having it, because it's one thing to put gloss over something. It's another thing to have it nice and smooth. A few layers of gloss will do that, but that's paint buildup. So that's something just to keep in mind when you're doing this kind of stuff at home. And it's something for me, you know, I love learning about new stuff, and even though this is, God, 8 years, 9 years, about 9 years of doing this stuff, I still learn new stuff every day. I still love watching other people do stuff, and it makes me learn, it makes me want to do more stuff. So, you know, mistakes happen, gotta live with them, and, you know, happy accidents. That's what Bob Ross used to say. But yeah, I really like this kit. I'm gonna have pictures up tomorrow. It's like 12 right now. So yeah, tomorrow I'll have pictures up. By the time you watch this video, there will probably be pictures up. Put them down in the description. So, because obviously this webcam doesn't bring it out very well, but it looks really nice. I have pictures up soon, and can't wait to start my new kit. And I actually did. I got in. I won't get it out. I got in the stuff I want to do for my next kit, which will be the BTR 90. I think the BTR 90. Yeah, it's gonna be a diorama type of thing. So I got that in. So I'll get started on that. But yeah, thank you for watching this, and hope you have a good time with your models.